So if I had to start from zero, this is exactly what I would do. In this video, I'm going to explain step by step what I would do if I had to start all over trading the markets. Now let's dive into it. If you're brand new, my name is Mike Lito. I've been day trading for over 5+ years now, and I help traders all over the world become successful inside of the market. So be sure to check out all of my videos on this channel because I drop a lot of value. So how would I start over in trading if I had to do it all over again? Step number one, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get money to start trading with. I'm not going to take any money outside of my bank account. I'm not going to just remove from my savings, anything like that, because majority of the time you're going to lose your first money that you put inside the market, right? So I'm going to pretty much work overtime. I don't care if it's DoorDash, I don't care if it's Uber, go sell some of the stuff in your closet. Like, the very first thing that you want to do is pretty much game plan how you're going to get the money to invest, because like I said, you don't want to take it out of your savings account, you don't want to take it out your bank account, anything of that nature. You have to find some money to invest with, that way you're not emotionally attached to it from the start, right? One thing that you don't want to do is put your life savings on the line and then not know what you're doing. So you have to have some money that you don't have any emotional attachment to and that you're okay with losing. I always tell my students, only put in money inside the market that you can afford to lose. Now, the second thing that I would do if I had to start all over is I would learn the basics. So the basic terminology, what is a pip? What is a stop loss? What is support and resistance? What is a trend line? And you can learn all of those different things on like babypips.com. You can even learn it on YouTube, but when you learn on YouTube, it's pretty much not structured in a way where you will go from A to B to C to D. So you might find some basic terminology here from one YouTuber and then find another basic terminology term from this YouTuber, and you don't want to get those coincided. So my best recommendation is just starting off with a platform like BabyPips, because it has it tailored in a way where it's pretty much organized, and you don't want to be disorganized when you first dive into this trading thing, because it's so much information that you can lose sight of what's actually important and what's not important, right? Now, the third thing that I would do, and I feel like this is the most important thing that you can do, especially when you're starting off in your trading journey, the thing that I would do is get a mentor. So most people go wrong because they think that YouTube University is literally the way to go, and they actually have a poor mindset in a field where you have to actually have a wealth mindset. Trading is literally one of the hardest things to do in the world, so you actually have to let your pride and your ego go and find somebody that actually knows what they're talking about so they can shorten your learning curve. One thing that you don't want to do is build bad habits inside of the market, because it's harder to unlearn the wrong things than it is to learn the right things. So what I mean by that is, it's kind of like the saying, trying to teach an old dog new tricks. When you learn the right way from the jump, it's a lot easier for you to know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, because you have somebody that's actually guiding you through the process, versus you just trying to go on YouTube and search what is support and resistance. You learn from one creator that teaches ICT, and then you learn from another creator that teaches market structure, then you learn another creator that teaches Emoku Cloud. Like, you don't want to get all of those things mixed up, and that's why it's important to actually have one specific person that you learn from, and they can teach you what's right and what's wrong. Now, of course, you definitely want to do your research when you're finding these mentors, because there are some people that don't actually know what they're talking about. So you just want to do your research on who knows what they're talking about and see if they have results, so forth and so on. Step number 4 is I would dial in on the same strategy until I master it. Me personally, I trade Confluence and I trade market structure, so I will focus solely on those two things, and I would not watch anybody else who doesn't have that style of trading, so that I can focus on mastery. Because like I was saying in the last example, you don't want to be jumping strategy from strategy to strategy, because this will literally confuse you to the point where you don't know what to do and you have analysis paralysis. So if you learn ICT concepts and then the next person is teaching Emoku Cloud, or the next person is teaching you MA crossovers, once you see one of those strategies present themselves, then you're going to freeze up, because you're going to be thinking about the MA crossovers, and then you're going to be thinking about market structure, and then you're going to be thinking about ICT concepts. So it's super important that you focus on one strategy and literally master it. Like, you want to know your strategy like you know the back of your hand. I like to equate it to the example of even dating, right? You don't want to date a whole bunch of people because you will never really know too much about one person. But if you focus on one person at one particular time, then you're able to learn that person, learn what they like, learn what they dislike. Inside of the market, same concept. Master it until you become successful in it, right? Now, the fifth thing that I would do if I had to start all over again is I will focus on risk management. Me personally, when I first came into the game, I never really understood what risk management was. I kind of had this gambling mindset because I was so focused on making a whole bunch of money that I didn't really care, or I didn't really understand how much was actually at risk. Risk management is literally what will keep you in the game, and without this, the rest of the steps are literally irrelevant. And when I talk about risk management, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about the risk of being wrong, not being right, your pride, or anything of that nature. Those are all real emotions that you will have to deal with inside of the market and that you will face as a trader. You literally could be trading with a 0.01 lot size. The only thing that is at risk is $5. But the fact that you risk your pride and you have a fear of being wrong, you will literally stare at the screen all day just because it was more at risk than just that $5. Like I said, your pride, your ego, your fear of being wrong, all of those things were at risk. So you have to learn to properly manage those risks so that you can properly maneuver inside of the market. You want to be able to think clearly without having all of these different X factors that go on inside of your mind. And that leads me to my next point, learning trading psychology. So as a trader, in order for you to become the most successful version of yourself, you have to understand you. So what triggers you? Are you an emotional trader? Are you an emotional trader? Are you impatient? Are you super sporadic? Are you all over the place? You have to really learn those things and be able to think like a trader from a probability standpoint and not have your emotions involved. Trading psychology is one of the most important things next to risk management that you have to absolutely learn in order for you to become a successful trader. Without those two things, you literally will not be able to see success inside of the markets. Now, of course, you may get lucky, you may have beginner's luck, but you will not be able to see long-term success without mastering trading psychology and mastering risk management. Now, the seventh thing that I would do if I had to start all over is I will forward test my strategy with just a small amount of capital, trying to build it in percentages. So this is where you will get more than just your feet wet and you will start to get real life experience inside of the market. This is where you will learn about who you are as a trader, because like I said, you want to start with small capital. That way you're not really attached to the money, but you understand and you focus on the actual emotions of what it is to be a trader. This is where you will learn more about who you are as a trader. If you don't know who you are as a trader, you will literally be lost and you'll be searching for all of the answers inside of the market, thinking that you have to go from mentor to mentor, strategy to strategy, or whatever the case may be. You may think it's a holy grail out there that's going to get you to be successful, but ultimately the holy grail inside of the market is to learn you. Now, the next thing that I will focus on if I had to start all over is I will accept that this is a journey and not a rush. So from previous experience, I was such in a rush to make money that I could not focus on actual learning the process. Even though I was studying my ass off to the point where like I cut off all of my friends, I still did not focus on the actual process. I was just so focused on making a whole bunch of money and being in a rush to quit my job. But this is the worst thing that you absolutely can do. You want to focus on actually becoming a good trader. So what I mean by that is you have thorough analysis, you have your emotions intact, you master risk management, you understand yourself as a human being. Once you get to that part in your journey, the money will then follow. But if you just focus on just trying to make a whole bunch of money from the jump, then you're going to have a very hard time of succeeding long term inside of the markets. And that leads me to the next thing. If you master steps 5 and 6, those will literally save you and give you longevity in this game. Now, of course, if you're still struggling inside of the market and you really don't know what it is that you need to fix inside of your journey, if you want to work with me directly one-on-one to shorten your learning curve, to see how this process can literally make you thousands of dollars inside of the market and how I help traders just like you achieve financial freedom, I'm looking for 5 traders that want to become consistently profitable to apply for my one-on-one coaching. I'm so confident in my trading system that I will guarantee that you will make money or you will get a full refund one-on-one, or I will work with you until you actually make money inside of these markets. So if you want to apply, DM me the word mentor on my Instagram. The link will literally be in the description, but be quick because I'm only accepting 5 students. And when I say 5 students, I mean 5 qualified students that want to get to the next level, that are struggling inside of their trading journey. Now remember, if I had to start all over again, the very first thing that I will do is get a mentor. Now that's all, folks. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.